So today we have some of the graduates that would be giving us their testimonials. The program, how it has impacted them, how it has changed their lives. So um, we will be hearing from Festus Agbaje, Osanga Yusuf, and Abigail Mana. So Festus, if you are here, please turn on your mic and just speak to us.
Good evening, everyone. And I really want to use this medium to say thank you for this privilege once again. It's actually a mind and a brain opener to success to each and everyone. So I'll just go straight to my own form of testimony. This Ebola actually kind of, will I say, open my horizon about some issue of business. Then secondly, in aspect of making negotiation, most especially on our climber codes, it has actually helped me. And the aspect of negotiation as well, to an extent, it has gone very very far. When I mean very very far, very far,
Mm,
to the extent of the job I was doing before now, how it started.
mm,
It was just, let me just say, this Nebula was just for me particularly, and I don't take it for granted, Mr. Victor. I don't take it for granted. One of it is, let me just pick one out of three, if I will say, in the aspect of my job that I have to, for you, you know what it takes for you to say you want to resign a job that it was very certain, like how guarantee the work you were doing is, and you make a decision of saying you are quitting the job for
mm,
just for you to develop yourself and to make yourself known out there. It was kind of a bit difficult at some point, like contemplating, should I or should I not? To the extent that the HR of the other company that I was about to leave was, this will be the very first time that an HR of an organization, and also the MD of an organization, saying they don't want me to go and I should not go.
mm,
I was kind of, why? But me leaving, I know the purpose why I want to leave, because it's like I was being I was caged
mm,
to do my own business, what I love to do, and to make people notice me that, okay, yes, I'm actually into this. But distance and freedom is actually a barrier for me to get that done. But lo and behold, the moment I just shoot out of that place, the place I now even get engaged of now supposed to be the same work of what I'm doing. Now it's just like God prepared a table before me. That's how I will put it. But
mm,
and it has been like, even the present place where I am now, the MD is saying no, whatever let's it was on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, on 17th. We make it a month that
mm,
I joined this organization. And because of the clever code we have, and uh the place of anger, that I think that should be
mm,
our code 3. The place of anger I'm pushing was what, that was the code I placed on my head, that I get angry on. We must just have to get this thing done, and get it done properly and excellently, without no callback.
mm,
And that was how I sold myself to this man. Less than a month, the position that I was employed for was changed. I was now given, like, okay, in as far as solution and renovation is concerned for the company, I should be the one to take over and take charge. The man was kind of, I was kind of, Oga, this was not what you employed me for. So let me just be, and let me be planning, because I have my own plans of, okay, this is why I relocate back to Lagos. I have not been working in Lagos for almost a year now. I will just come back and spend 1 or 2 days, go back again. But me coming to Lagos, this is what I come to face. So let me face it. But giving me that responsibility, that was a confidence, and that was through what the teachings we've received through this Nebola has embedded in me, like
mm,
it has built in me. And Seriously, as I've said earlier, I'm not taking it for granted. Today, if any of us in that organization is saying something, the moment I say a word, the man will
mm,
not, he doesn't doubt me, he go by
mm.
it. And
Wow.
it's because of the boldness I've built in myself and for my business now. I thank God for the way it's going. Like, no, I really thank God. God through Nebula, let me put that way, has been helping.
Launchpad.
Yes, it has been helping because there are sometimes that we just have, most especially that thinking section. At times when
Mm,
I think some of those things, I will just call and courtesy to, I think I have to do that now. Courtesy to one of us that is here on this group. That
mm,
is, we all see Bukun there.
mm,
Courtesy of her, she has also been, be resourceful
mm,
in helping in getting some of these, most of these, in short, let me say most of these things done
mm,
in the social aspect of social media being made known, and it has shoot the organization. I'm calling it organization. It has shoot it higher than I've expected,
mm.
higher than I expected, and it's all about through this nebula, if I will say. So, Mr. Victor, thank you. The company now, I will say the company is running. We are moving, and I
Mm.
pray with God everything we will land safe. Let me put it that way.
Amen.
We'll have a safe landing. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Festus. Thanks. So for those that don't get what he's saying, let me give you summary. He was at a job that was outside Lagos, and his house was in Lagos. So he only used to come to Lagos for weekends. So at a point, he applied for a job that is in Lagos, and his business is better in Lagos. So this other initial job he was doing was not allowing him do his business well. So when he got a new offer, he negotiated such that the offer initially what they offered him was equal to where he was coming from, the first job. So this new job he negotiated and they gave me higher pay. And as soon as he got there, within less than 1 month, they promoted him. And he's saying that whenever he says anything at his office, they listen. That's the kind of value that he generated as soon as he got it within less than 1 month. Within 1 month. It's an interesting story, really. I followed the story because it was really interesting. Within 1 month, they're already upgrading your role in an organization. Who does that? Thank you, Festus, for sharing that story. And his own personal business, because he's now in Lagos, he's also closer to where his own business is happening. And it's interesting. Thank you, Festus, for sharing that. Okay.
Thank you very much, Festus. That was really motivating to hear.
Sure. It's because
Then,
I don't want to. I know there are other people out there. I don't want to waste time. If not, Mr. Victor actually knows every, like, from the beginning. I'm telling you, wow. I didn't take the privilege, the opportunity for granted at all.
mhm. Thank you very much for inspiring us. Mm. So the next person is Osanga Yusuf. So please turn on your mic, Osanga.
Evening.
Good evening.
Um, yeah, so my experience with the Launchpad has been, um, I would say breathtaking, or I don't even know the word to use for it, but it has been such an experience. So, like, from the onset, before I joined the Launchpad, I was skeptical. Like, what would, what can the Launchpad offer me? Like, there was a giant promise: convert your skill to wealth. And I was like, okay, what does the coach know that I don't already know? That kind of thing. And I'm happy to be proven wrong that I didn't know everything. I learned a lot during these 10 weeks of the program, um, from building offers, from negotiating for growth. And the good thing about this program was that I was able to put all these things in practice and I saw results. So like before I even joined the Launchpad, I was like, okay, if I join and the first week I see that there's nothing, if it's not for me, I'll just leave it. And I'm surprised that I'm here at the 10th week and I'm still even looking, I'm seeing if there's a possibility of it being extended. I would even like that. So yes, I during the Launchpad, I was able to get new clients for my business. I was able to land a new role and many other things, other improvements in my life that I can't even mention here. It has been such an experience, and I want to thank the hosts, our coach, Mr. Victor Ogunshola, for giving this opportunity. And the best part of it was that for us in the first cohort, we were able to get this for free. And I'm saying that even if I was to pay and I knew that this was what I would get for it, I would pay for it like one time without even thinking about it. So like I said, thank you very much, Mr. Victor, for the opportunity to be part of the first cohort of this Launchpad. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sanga. Sanga's story is one interesting one, but he has said it. Let me not say too much. Sanga started his own consulting business shortly before he joined, and I know some of the things he has done within these 10 weeks that let's not start calling numbers. Thank you, Sanga.
Thank you very much, Osanga, for that, for sharing that with us. Abigail is next. I don't know if she's on the call. If you are here, please turn on your mic.
Hmm. I didn't think Abigail is here. She was here, but I think she has dropped off. Okay, so that we don't take more time, I would like to announce that our keynote speaker is already in the room, and he already has a time that he's going to start speaking, and I don't want that time to pass. So before he starts, I'll just make a brief announcement. Abigail will still come and tell us her own testimony later. Let me share my screen briefly so that I can just make a small announcement, and then the keynote speaker will come up. Nankel, am I correct? That's the next thing after this, right? Keynote speaker will speak after
Yes.
this. Okay, great. All right. So to everyone who started cohort 1 with us, I would say congratulations. By the way, not everybody is graduating. So if you have not been attending our sessions and you are here today, congrats to you, but you will receive an email after this meeting and you can join another cohort. Of course, those who are graduating, their names will be called so that you would be sure whether you're among them or not. But for those that are just in this to celebrate with those who are graduating, I would just like to give you a quick rundown of what the Launchpad is. So it's a 10 weeks program. It's for people who have noticed that their skill can give them more. What they know how to do can actually give them more than they are getting currently. It's for those kind of people. So it is based on the principle that skill does not automatically become wealth. That you know how to do something well does not mean you will make money from it. And that is because that's because there is a ladder between your skill and where wealth is. And everybody is somewhere on that ladder. You know what a ladder is? It has different steps. Everyone is somewhere on that ladder. However, there are two things that have to be put into consideration for you to turn your skill into wealth. First, you have to consider the ladder itself. What are the different steps of the ladder? What are the things you must know and the things you must be able to do that will get you to where wealth is? Second, Even if you know what those things are, you know what is keeping you stuck. Because the fact that you don't know something, you don't know what step on the ladder is the next step, it means you are stuck on the ladder. But even if you know, you have to be the kind of person that can climb the ladder. And that is a major concern. So this program addresses both ends, both the ladder and the climber. And the climber comes with a climber code, or we went through the 6 climber codes. These are the traits that anybody who is going to be able to climb the ladder must have. 6 of them. I'm not going to go through it now because I don't have time, but there are 7 steps on the ladder and there are 6 climber codes. When you have made these climber codes a part of your life, then we can now look at, okay, so where are you stuck on the ladder? And that is when, even when you know where you're stuck, it is when you have conquered the climber code that you can now take the next step on the ladder. Now, for those who join the Launchpad, here's what to expect. And of course, from the testimonies you've heard, you know that this is already the case. They become unmistakably articulate about what they do and the value they offer. They know what they offer. See somebody within 1 month, he's already promoted in his office. New office, by the way. You become commercially valuable. Every time you use your skill, it results in solving someone's problem that they are willing to pay for. You become dangerously courageous. You can do things that people around you will consider fearful to do. Those are some of the things. Now, these are things that come with the climber code. One of the climber code, let me tell you guys, is acting abnormal. Because you now know more than the people around you, you are able to take steps that people around you don't understand. That is one of the things that you must have to be able to climb the ladder. You also become strategically loud. Note the word strategic. You are not just loud, but you are loud in the right places and to the right people. Structurally disciplined. You know who to talk to. You know your life has structure, basically. You have mentors, you have coaches, you know the things you do that makes you the kind of person that you are. It's not just coincidence. You are structurally disciplined. And lastly, you become a wealth magnet. These are the things that will happen to you. You will not go after money. Those are things that money will come to you. That is what happens to you when you go through the Launchpad. Then when you graduate, you are now part of what we call the summit. You know, we've been climbing. 10 weeks we are climbing. We get to the summit. The summit is the alumni community of the Launchpad. And let me explain what the summit is. Just to be sure, okay, everybody can still hear me. It's a place where wealth circulates. Now, let me give you an example of the kinds of things that happen, at the summit. Someone is a popcorn manufacturer. Another person owns a supermarket. Both of them have gone through the Launchpad and they are members of the summit. The person who makes popcorn needs 1 million naira to scale his or her business. Because the person who owns the supermarket is also in the summit, he can say, oh, you need 1 million. All right, this is your popcorn. I've tasted it. I like it. I want to sell it in my supermarket. Now, take that your 1 million. I am pre-ordering 1 million naira worth of popcorn. This means that for whatever period of time, you will supply me 1 million naira worth of popcorn. Do you know that for both ends, it's a win-win? Because number one, price cannot change for this supermarket. Even if cost of production changes, the number of popcorn he is to get for 1 million naira, it will not change. Number two, the popcorn manufacturer now has 1 million to grow his or her business. Those are the kinds of things that happen at the summit. At the summit, people will pitch ideas and other people will say, I think I like this, I want to be a part of it. People will invest in other people's business. People will find partnerships. Connection. You want to enter a particular place or a government office, just ask, who knows somebody in this office? Somebody will respond to you. Anytime anybody in the summit has a business problem, it becomes our problem. And until we find a solution to that, it becomes the problem of the summit, basically. Everybody. You know, the good thing about being at the summit is that the more people are at the summit, you can all throw ropes down to pull people up. That's the idea. You have gotten to the top. We are all pulling others up because we have gotten to the top. That is the idea of the summit. And for all of you who are graduating today, welcome to the summit. And we will do the remaining conversation in the summit. A lot of good things are already in store for you guys, and the remaining announcements will happen there. However, if for some reason you feel the Launchpad is for you, don't let it pass today. Just sign up. The Launchpad now costs 50,000 naira. However, to reserve your seat, you only need to pay 5,000 naira, and you can pay over time. In fact, nobody's going to put you under pressure. The reason why we ask for this initial payment is because we only need people who are serious. Because attention is a currency. The real thing you're paying is the attention. It's not even the 5,000 or the 50,000. Because the time you're going to spend doing the assignments, attending live classes, which happens just once a week, and ensuring that you do the things that you are hearing is the real currency you are paying. That is why some people are not graduating, because they did not do the things they were supposed to do. So guys, Nankel, you can drop your phone number, or if you want to be a part of the Launchpad, you can just drop your phone number on the chat and someone will reach out to you either within the call or after. All right, it's 7:35, just on time. And I would like to introduce the person who will be speaking to us. So his name is, just give me a moment, let me share the flyer again so that as I'm saying it, you are seeing it. His name is Dr. David Ogunshola. I'm sure you have already figured out a few things, but let me just say it, like they say, address the elephant in the room. Yes, he is my elder brother, but he's also my mentor. You don't get those two things in one person very often. And a very large chunk of the things you see in my life and the things you see me do can be traced back to since he became my mentor. And I felt that there is no better person that should come and talk to you guys today. And that is why he's here. And with a standing ovation, I don't know how I want to do it, and with a lot of claps, please help me welcome Dr. David Ogunshola.
Oh Lord, good evening, everybody. Good evening, guys. This clapping is serious, so I'm excited to see Victor. Good to see you all. Yes, I'm excited. I'm seeing some known faces here. I'm seeing Festus Agbale. I'm seeing I didn't know I was going to meet faces I knew here. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Good to see you. I came in a little bit late. Sorry. I was coming in from another long day. We're having a studio session. I was recording for a few hours today, so I just bumped in and I had to run in to make sure I caught this this session. And I'm excited to be with you. I came in, I made a few of your stories, and I was just blushing from left to right hearing your stories. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is just amazing. Just for the record, Victor, I'm extremely, extremely proud of everything that you're doing. Seeing the Launchpad take off, watching it, seeing because I'm privileged to see the entire process, to see where it started, how it took off, and then I'm here to actually see real people in the graduation. I'm just blown away. I'm excited. And I know that, I mean, that's why when you called me and said, hey, graduation is coming, you want me to come? I was like, okay, this one, there's no way I can say no. My EA knows that for the rest of the year, we're not accepting any other invitation. We are locked down till like, I think May next year. I think my next opening is around May next year. You can't invite me again till May next year. Full the lockdown. So when you say, I see even this week, I'm like, this weekend. But when I told to reach her, she did amazing. Sir, did you agree to go to? I say, calm down, be coming down. It's still my time. I can see this. I can still break the rule. Now me get yam, now me get knife. So I'm that's why I'm here really, and I'm excited to be here. So to all of you in the room, it's a great pleasure to be here. I'm just going to share a few thoughts with you. Because you've been in the Launchpad, I can almost be certain that what you are hearing, or what you are going to be hearing, may not be completely new anymore, but I just need to say a few things to you tonight, and I hope that you're gonna resonate with them and they're gonna make sense. I want to share my screen. That's possible, right, Victor?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay, so just confirm to me that you can see my screen. Just let me know if you are seeing my screen so I can go on.
Yes, I can see
Beautiful,
your screen. Next,
beautiful.
clean and clear.
Thank you, thank you. So I'm just gonna give you like, so they say it's graduation keynote. So I was just gonna have a chat, but a little chat on a few things. And I mean, some of you are going to screen grab, some of you might want to take a few notes here and there. But I'm just going to talk to you about your next climb. And you're just arriving at the summit of one climb, and I'm talking to you about the next climb. Kilo day, when are we going to rest? How are we going to ensure this thing is the life? Has life become a climbers? Be a climbers climbing game? Why are we finishing one climb and they are coming to bring another climb? Yes, and this is the best time to talk to you about the next climb before you think they have arrived at the final climb. Because if you don't know these things, your current breakthrough has the potential to become your final breakthrough. You're not careful. And it happens to a lot of people. They succeed once, they break out of a limitation once, and the destination they arrive at ends up becoming their final bus stop. But I'm having this conversation with you so that that does not happen to you. So let me just give you a picture of how life works. This visual on the screen here is just an image of what life looks like. So this is your life going on this arrow. But you see, our lives are not a single box. Your life progresses through a series of seasons. So you're going from one season to the other. So as you're moving, season 1, season 2, season 3, well, not the season of movies, but if you want to call it that, but you understand that your life is going to go through different phases. I chose to call them seasons. Each season of your life is going to have a different look, a different highlight, a different priority, a different configuration. So it's going to look like you are living many lives in one. Actually, that is the case. If your life is making the progress it should make, you're going to actually go through different phases. And if you look back at your life right now, you can see that, oh, truly, my life was in phases. There was phase 1, there was phase 2, there was phase 3. When you were going through them, you may not have been aware that you were going through phases. But yes, looking back, if you are making progress, by the way. Now, it is a big lie and deception to think that your life is meant to have just one long description, one stable season that defines your entire life. No, that's not what it's meant to be. It's actually meant to be multiple small seasons. Now, this is the danger here. Most of us want stability. Most of us want the predictability that comes with being stable. But you see, if your life exists only in one long box and you spend too much time in one place, no, it's not stability. It's actually stagnation. You are stuck. You just thought that that is life, or you thought that the where you have arrived to, that is all there is to your life, and then you got stuck at one level. Anybody whose life is making adequate progress is actually going through a transition of seasons. And like I said, right, different seasons can come with different responsibilities, different priorities, different identities, activities, roles. Even if you are in the same industry now, you might, don't confuse it to think that, oh, because I'm changing seasons, now I was in tech, then I go into retail, then I go into fashion. No, you can be in the same industry, but what you do and the priorities that shape your life in that industry is evolving through seasons. I want to be sure that you are with me and you're following me.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Now, each season of your life also requires a different strategy. What you needed to succeed in this box is usually different from what you need to succeed in this box. What you need to succeed in this box is totally different from what you need to succeed in this box. That is why we don't just transition naturally. The transition is never accidental and is never just organic. There are reasons why people get stuck because the transitions don't happen naturally. Now, you cannot manifest a new season with an old identity. Very important. Every time you need to cross into a season or life ushers a new season to you that you are not aware of, it requires a new identity, meaning a new version of you. So that you are Femi, you are Festus, you are Victor. The Femi that did season 1 is not the same Femi that will succeed in season 2. Each season requires a new version. And of course, what makes a version of you? Each time you reinvent yourself, every time you become a new version of you, there are some things that must change: your mindset, your habits, your knowledge, your network. Those 4 things is a framework, and I'm going to share that with you, but probably eventually I'll refer you to where you can get it. When you came to the Launchpad, I'm sure that the first thing that began to change was your mindset, because your life cannot change until your mind changes. Anyway, the thing that actually makes you experience a new season is your ability to reinvent yourself and become the kind of person the new season requires. When life brings you to the threshold of a new season, so you are going. Let me go back to that initial one, slide rather. So you are moving, and you get to the edge of this season, and you don't reinvent yourself. You are not able to kill the version of you that survived in this box to manufacture the next version that the next box needs. That is what we call stagnation. You stay stuck in the last box. This box is expired. You have outgrown this box. You have overstayed this box, but you are unable to activate the next box. So nothing here excites you anymore. Nothing here works for you anymore. But the opportunities here, you have not become the kind of person who can take them. That is what stagnation happens. Basically, it's you getting stuck in one box and one season of your life. And you see, when you experience that, when that happens, when you are supposed to leave one level, but you have not built the capacity to activate that next level, you become boxed at that level, at that season. Please stay with me. What are my thoughts I'm sharing today are not very long. It's a very simple idea. But if you get it, you will hack something. You will unlock something permanent about life, and you don't need people to understand you anymore. In fact, people cannot understand your life anymore. So you are unable to move out. And see, every time you overstay your welcome at a season of life. Now, when I say overstay your welcome is that you get to this season and you are due to leave, but you are unable to leave, or you are not prepared to leave, or you not do what you need to do to leave. You are stuck. Now, this is why this thing is even more complex. The season. Now, let me go back. This is fun. When you entered season 2 from season 1, season 2 was a breakthrough. It was a miracle. That, I have left this level. I have entered a new level. But this new level is meant to have a tenure. There's a duration you are meant to spend there. It is not the end of your life. It's not the final bus stop of your journey. Meaning you can overstay your welcome at this level. So the same things that were breakthroughs can become limitations. I like making reference to scripture a lot, stories in the Bible. You know, when you don't understand timing, things that were meant to be time, you appropriate permanence to things that should be temporary. When the Israelites were going to Egypt, when the famine started in the days of Joseph, going to Egypt was a breakthrough, was a miracle. Where there is food, we now finally have access to the land of plenty. We don't have an allocation. They were given land in the place where there's plenty. But when that season passed and they stayed longer, it became slavery. So the same thing that was a breakthrough became slavery. When you overstay your welcome at a particular season or level, a few things begin to happen. Number one, your relevance begins to drop. When you find a man who is in the peak of his seasonal flow, your relevance is like this. It's like fireworks. Everybody, everywhere you enter, you are just on point. You are solving the right problems. You are speaking to the right people. You are showing up the right way. But when you overstay your level in that place, you're supposed to go to level 7 and you still at level 6. Let me tell you why relevance drop. Because other people who were in their lower seasons are also growing. And you that refuse to leave, you are meant to leave that place so that they can come in. but you did not go to the next level, and then newer voices came to meet you. So the same place where you were the only one speaking, you were the breakthrough guy, you were the guy who invented this language, you're the one who built this framework, you're the one who was speaking about this subject. Now it is time to leave that subject and go to another subject, or to leave that domain and go to another domain, or to leave those client level, that level of client, and begin to serve a new level of client. You did not leave. Newer boys come into the game, and the same level gets crowded. And when you were the only speaker before, now you are now 10 speakers, eventually you're now 50 speakers. Your voice is now an option, not the how will I call it? You're no longer the compass of that industry. You're now just an option in the industry. That's because you overstayed your welcome there. In fact, you see what's happening on this call right now. What is happening in the Launchpad was what I used to do. And I am so excited coming into the Launchpad and seeing that someone else is doing what I am now doing. Some of you know, those of you who have mentored or coached at some point, you knew that I have a program called the PGA, and I have been trying to shut it down. Victor, you are aware that I've been trying to shut down that program.
Yes, I know.
But I have been unable to shut it down because people have been coming and coming and coming. Now I can confidently shut it down because I knew I have outgrown that season. I have a new audience. I have a new message. There are new people I should be talking to. But the old version people are still trying to keep me down. But you see, what's going to happen if I don't unlock the next version of me? The same people I mentored become my competitors, if I should use that word. The same boys you trained are now doing what you trained to do. And you know, it's very funny people to think that, when you train people, they do what you are doing. Excuse me, you are a carpenter. You train carpenters. When they graduate from training, what are they supposed to do? Welding? Not the carpenter is supposed to do. The same people you train will end up doing the same thing that you taught them how to do. Yes. So why are you shocked when the people you raised are doing what you are doing? It's simply you that overstayed your welcome at that level. You're supposed to move to the next level and leave that space for them. That's how relevance drops. When relevance drops, revenue drops. Because the same market share only you were collecting, now many of you are sharing it. So even the money you are making begins to drop. Because right now, it's more competitive and the clients and the buyers have options. Number 3, performance becomes harder because you are now doing routine tasks, things that used to take your imagination, your innovation. Now you're just doing things at a mechanical level. And the human mind that is built for intelligence is designed for challenge. When challenge stops happening, life becomes boring. You think that your life is trouble, there's so much trouble. I can tell you the troubles you're having is what is keeping you alive and keeping you excited. Even in science, in medicine, what's the sign of life? When your heart rate is flat, you are dead. The sign that you are alive is that your heart rate is going up and down, up and down, up and down. So generally, but when you overstay your stay at a particular level, you so master that level that nothing is new again. You can do the same things with your eyes closed. You can just come and teach the same thing. You can do the same problem. You are solving the same problem. No matter how much you do, not how well you are. Let's say you are a website designer and when you learned how to build websites, it was breakthrough. Wow, I can build this, I can make money. Oga, stay too long in that place. It becomes a boring space for you. You need to find new excitement. And then what happens to most people when they fail to realize these 3 is that life begins to force them into boxes and they are forced to adjust, because this is what happens. Your life now expands because the fact that you didn't move along that line of life, the responsibilities that should be resting on you don't wait for you. They move. So imagine this, that you were single, and as a single guy, you were making some money. You are doing small crypto here, you are doing small forex here, and you are making like maybe every week you can make like 70K, 80K, and it's fine, and you are fine because you live in your father's house, you're not paying rent, you don't have a wife, you don't have a child, everything is okay. Wait until responsibilities meet you and you don't increase that income, then you will realize that life will box you. Or you get married with just a wife, no child, and you have a salary and it's working fine for you, but then your children are growing, they're eating more food, your house rent is increasing, you need a bigger house and all of that thing. Now you need a car. Before now you didn't need a car. Responsibilities come. What's going to happen if you don't outgrow that space fast? Is that life will force you to shrink. You begin to struggle and you find yourself living perpetually under pressure. Now, how do you avoid this? There is only one simple answer. The answer is continuous reinvention. That is your only logical response to imminent stagnation. When I say imminent, because see, guaranteed life will hit you with blows that make you know that, see, life is moving. Change is constant. Everything that works will one day stop working. Understand that. Everything that works will one day stop working. Change is the order of nature. It is neutral, but it happens. And when change comes, it renders people useless and irrelevant. If you're not
I
able
think
to
your connection is not
life
very
will show
good
you again.
for like 30 seconds when getting you very clearly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what did you say? Come again.
Yeah, for the past 15 to 20 seconds, we're not hearing you. I think the connection was shaky.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard me say?
But it's back now.
What was the last thing you heard me say?
You were trying to say, you were saying the only way to, and then it went off.
Yeah. So I said the only way to avoid this imminent stagnation that comes with growth is continuous reinvention. Your ability to consistently reinvent yourself in every box so that you can enter the next box. Because I called it imminent stagnation. Why do I call it imminent stagnation? Because this growth and this progress is constant. Nothing is going to stop it. Nothing is going to change it. The way life is designed, everything that works will one day stop working. It is the order of nature. Change is constant, it is neutral, and it is natural. Meaning it will happen. Things that work eventually stop working. There was a time we took yellow taxis, then went to Uber. Now, I mean, the change is constant. The only thing that will ensure that you don't get boxed in one space and remain perpetually stuck there is your ability to consistently reinvent yourself. And what that means is that you must become comfortable with the idea of you losing identity and taking on new identities. You must become comfortable with the idea of becoming a beginner again and again and again. If you love stability, you are in trouble. In fact, stability is a trap. Stability is a big trap. Anybody who says, wait, I just want, now things are working, let me just enjoy my life here. Everything working will soon stop working. It's only a matter of time. So your game plan is get to the next thing before what is working stops working. But you see, the big problem here is that reinvention does not happen accidentally. It must be intentionally organized and architected. Every new version of you has to be created deliberately. Meaning, if you let life drift, you will drift into stagnation. You won't drift into purpose. You won't drift into progress. You don't drift forward. You drift into the bush. So the new version of you will not happen because time passes. What am I saying? Time does not create a new version. Nothing changes because of time. Things only change because people change. Nothing changes because time passes. So what you don't know at 25, you will not automatically know at 50 if you don't learn it. Oh, I'm 30, I cannot fly a plane. You won't get to 70 and automatically know how to fly a plane unless you learn how to fly a plane. If your mindset is built around scarcity, you will naturally become a different kind of person unless you deliberately architect that new version of you. So the point is this: the only reason why you will not get stuck at your current level is that you have figured out a deliberate and intentional way to consistently reinvent yourself and create a new version of yourself, even when the current version is still working. Now, this is where I'm going. This is where I want to land. My thoughts are almost just stay with me. I'll soon be out of your face, guys. This is where I want to land. It is dangerous to wait for this version to expire before you start creating the next version. So what you need to do is understand the best time to start reinventing yourself is when the current you is still working properly. So now that you are in a good place, you have reached the climb, you have done the Launchpad, you have reached the first summit, and things are working. As you begin to enjoy this level, start asking yourself, how do I create the next version of me immediately? And I have something I call the 70-30 principle, 70-30 rule. This is something original I built. So, and I coach my young people with it, and it's working every time. Once you get to a new level, 70% of your time and resources and energy should be spent maximizing your current level, while 30% of your time, resources, and energy should be invested in building the next version. So now you are at a level and things are working, and you figure, wow, now I'm a consultant and things are working fine. You need to ask yourself, what is the next level after now? Now, I may still be a consultant. Maybe I'm serving SMEs in the Northeast or in the North Central, in the Plateau, in Abuja, in a few places. The next version is that I want to start serving multinationals around the world. So while you are still serving this new client base and maximizing, start building the version of you that can serve the next version of your clients. Don't wait until this current market becomes overcrowded and then your relevance begins to drop and then nobody is now calling you again and say, oh, what do I do? No, it is when something is still working that you start building the next version of it. In the music world, entertainment, they say, leave the stage when the ovation is loudest. It is best to walk away from what is working and enter a new space. In fact, that is the way to live, to build sustained relevance. Now, the implication of this are many. It means that if you earn 1 million in a month, 300,000 of that 1 million should be spent on training, preparation, coaching, courses, resources, whatever it is, that is deliberately geared at creating the next version of you. Otherwise, it's just a matter of time. You will plateau, you will stuck, and life will show you shaggy. See, if you have ever been stuck before, you don't want to be stuck again. Many of you came to the Launchpad because you got to that point and you realize that, hey, my life is no longer working at the level I want it to work. The things I want, the way I want my life to work. Maybe life used to work in a particular way and it stopped working. You need to understand that, hey, I am entering a new level and I want something new. So you deliberately begin to say, how do I create that next version of me? The books I need to read, the courses I need to take, the training I need to connect with, the people I need to access. There are networks, and I mean, I told you a very simple framework: mindset, habits, knowledge, network. Those are the 4 things that reinvent you every time you change. When you want to go from one version to another version, those 4 things must change. Your mindset must change, your habits must change, your knowledge and capacity must change, and your network must change. So now, the knowledge, network, and mindset you have is for the current level. Ask yourself, for the next level of my life, what kind of knowledge do I need? What kind of skills do I need? What kind of people, what kind of friends, what kind of network do I need? While I am still here, I am investing in that next level. I start connecting with people. And of course, you know that these things cost a lot of money. See, the pyramid of life is designed to make sure that people are not able to get to the next level automatically. So you want to be sure that, hey guys, I am able to deliberately invest in becoming who I need to become. Of course, I have built a framework for that. I mean, for those of you who know this, Life Code is the book I wrote that actually explains how reinvention happens. Some of you might need to get this book. If you're thinking, how do I consistently reinvent myself to become the kind of person I need to be, get my book Life Code. Just go to davidogunshadowseller.co. The book, there's a hard copy, there's a soft copy. You can get both of them there. But I mean, this is one book that I don't sell, but the book just has a way of, right now, the book is in like 15 countries. I didn't ship any of them. People organize for the books to come. But what I explain right now, how do you change your mindset? How do you change your habits? How do you change your knowledge and competence? How do you change your network? Those are the 4 things you must constantly be investing in. Don't wait until life gets you stuck before you now start asking, how do I create the next version of myself? The next version of you should be built and created while this is still working. The second book I'm going to recommend everybody to read is this book here, guys. What got you here won't get you there. I did not write this one. So before you think I'm selling my books alone, the fact, anyway, let me leave Life Code alone. What got you here won't get you there. The things, the skills, the abilities, the competencies that got you to where you are, they are good though. They will function for you at this level. But what you need for your next level, guys, you don't have it. You have climbed, you have attained one summit. You now have what it takes to survive in this summit. Use 70% of your energy on this level. While you are still here, ask yourself, what is next for me? And how do I start building it? What kind of mind shift do I need to have? The mindset it takes to make millions is not the same it takes to make tens of millions. What it takes, the kind of thinking you need to make tens of millions is not the same to make hundreds of millions. I can tell you for free. I have crossed these levels and I can tell you the thinking are not the same. The ideology is not the same. There's a way you enter a room and talk. We just know that, okay, this guy is still at this level. Even if we wanted to give you a job at a particular level, your mindset tells us you are not ready for it. We just leave you alone. And so while you are still here, start building the next version of you that can enter the next level of your growth. I recommend these 2 books. What got you here won't get you there. You get to the summit and now you need to fly, but you climb this current summit with rope. Now you need to use a parachute for the next level. You see, you need new materials, new tools, new materials, new ideas, new resources. That is what you should spend a significant part of your time and life at your current level building. That is the only way that your current breakthrough will not become your final breakthrough. Like I said, I didn't come to run a coaching class. I just came to do like a short, brief address. You know, those of you who come to my coaching, you know that I will talk in my coaching class 2 hours. We're still talking. But because you are just graduating, let me allow you guys to celebrate and enjoy yourself. I'm going to have to stop here. It's been, I really hope that the next time I come, I will not meet you having the same conversation. You'll be talking at a different level. You'll be talking at a different, you'll be talking different problems. You'll be talking different ideas. Because somehow you have unlocked a newer version of yourself that can actually activate the entry into the next phase season of your life. So that's what I want to share with you guys tonight. I hope you understood me because I was speaking my language. Anyway, if you've been in the Launchpad, I believe you now understand this kind of language, but I was really concerned whether you understand me. But let me just know, do you understand the English I've been speaking here this night at all? Just give me some feedback. Let me know if you understand me.
Very well, sir.
Yes, we do.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I hope that you not only are challenged, but you now know what you need to do. If you expect that these things will happen by themselves, trust me, 5 years later, you'll be asking the same questions. It's better to start asking those questions before life forces you to actually start thinking about them. So it's a constant reinvention, constant. Now, one last note of it's not warning, just a caveat. You must get to a point, guys, where you are not afraid to lose your current identity to take on something new. If you are too comfortable in your skin, you've built your safety and your identity around your current level, shifting levels is going to be tough for you. So when they ask you introduce yourself, you describe what you do by your current level or your role. It's going to be hard to leave that level. You must transcend that. I mean, life is you must elevate to a higher level than that, so that you understand, hey, I can cross through different levels. Let that be my story. In fact, let me say it this way. I will have said 1 year. 1 year is actually what is valid now, because the way the pace of change is going is 1 year. If they can read the same bio for you 12 months after and it's still valid, something is wrong. Meaning, you send your profile, you are invited to come and speak, and send them a bio, your profile, and they read it last year. And you come back this year and they are able to read the same profile and it still describes you. Something is wrong, you are stuck. Every year they read your profile, there should be an update. The thing they are using to describe you should not be what you did 4 years ago. Oh, this guy is the guy that invented this, he built this, he wrote that book, and your last breakthrough was 3 years ago, and that's what they're still referencing you to. Something is wrong, guys. It means that you are stuck in a box. You need to take your life more seriously. I hope that this last one makes sense and you are able to go and think and say, oh boy, they like say there's still more, because truly there is more. Thank you very much, Victor. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and I'm just going to sit back and listen to more stories and hear how this has been a transformative program. All right, guys, thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Wow. So I want to hear now, was it a good idea that we brought Dr. David into this session? I want to hear voices, no emoji. I want to see.
A very good idea. In fact, it's a good idea.
All right.
This is another question on its own within these few minutes. It really sparks a lot within me. Like, serious. I was really shocked. I was really shocked. I really understand that concept.
Interesting.
And it's a pleasure meeting Mr. David again after like 16 years or so.
Seriously? Okay, I need to know who is this. I can't recognize the name.
Yeah, I came to ATSU when you were the first president.
Wow. Okay, Chicken, you know me then. Then you know me.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, I really appreciate this.
Yeah.
Very, very well, sir. I'm also glad to hear his voice again. After how many years? I think after 8 to 9 years, I can see hear his voice again. More grace to you, sir.
Festus, good to see you too. I'm glad when I came in, I was excited seeing you. You're the first person I actually spotted.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think I want to say something. I will have said 16 years ago too, but we met last year with Dr. David. And I think since I met him that last year, I was not okay again. And I've been in my head until the Nebula Launchpad. So we are really grateful. I am grateful in particular, sir. Thank you so much for this brief charge up. Thank you. God bless.
It's so good to see you, Abigail. I hope that those things we talked about, you are now pushing them forward.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm glad to see you in the Launchpad.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Femi, it seems you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was like, wow. When Dr. David was talking, I was just screaming here. My wife was came to check on me that what's wrong, what's happening. So, but it's good to have you here. Actually, this is my first time of actually listening to him. I think the time I've maybe watched maybe one or two things when he was maybe interviewing little children on coding and the likes, maybe on YouTube, maybe once or twice. But this is the first time I'm
That's
seeing
an
him
old
talking.
version of David, though.
Yeah. So that was the last time I think I saw you maybe. But this evening, this little time, that it has been a great blessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, you just reminded me of one of my old versions, actually. The version that I used to do those things. I mean, when I was running a TV show with kids. But yeah, that just confirms something I've been saying, actually. That was many years
Yes, that
ago,
you
and
are,
I
that you
still
are
don't do
moved
it.
on.
Yeah. But we still do it. But I mean, many other people do those. It's now institutionalized. I mean, there's a lot about reinvention. This I just gave you guys like a keynote. If you wanted to go deeper into this entire concept, we can be here till tomorrow morning. So let's not even touch it.
Okay, thank you once again. Okay, so if you feel you want to be hearing more of what you just heard, I think you should follow him everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. He's the only person with this name. I don't think there's another David Ogumshola. Plus, even if there's another one, once you search, this is the first one you will see. So just find
If
him,
if you put
follow.
H in the surname, if you remove the H, you see another David Ogunshola. But it's Ogunshola, there's no H.
So note the spelling of the Ogumshola so that when you find it, plus you will see the face. If you can't recall his face, just recall my face. You will know when you see it. Okay. Okay, Treasure is saying something in the comments. Thank you very much, Dr. David. I don't think I've had the 70-30 rule in that way before. And so I think the 70-30 rule, the one you know is 80-20 rule. 70-30 rule is invented by Dr. David Ogumshola. 80-20 rule is the Pareto rule. That's the one you know.
Yeah,
So
80-20. I don't think you've ever heard 70-30 before. It doesn't exist.
yeah.
Well, it exists, but not in the way that anybody will have heard it before.
Yes. Funny thing is, I'm also hearing for the first time today. So it's interesting to be here. So yes, like I was saying, follow him everywhere. He releases content like every week, and then he releases articles also that every time you read, there's something that it just something will just wake up inside you. So follow him everywhere. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. On to the next thing. So Abigail was supposed to give us a testimony. Abigail, are you still up for it before we get to the certificate presentation?
Okay, sir. Is it aside the video I've sent you?
No. We didn't share any video. The videos you sent are not for this event. It's for something else. Just tell us a bit about your experience during the program. 3 to 5 minutes max.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Sorry, I was having network glitches, that's why. Um, Before now, I was thinking in my head that I was not normal because I just felt like I should be more than the way I am. And anytime I'm in such a state, sincerely, The only person I would love to talk to is Mr. Victor. Why? Because I don't know, somehow in my head, I feel okay, he really understands me, even when I don't know how to put the words like together. So I think the first time I met him and I was just talking a lot, he just said, okay, Abigail, I'm really happy you are in the Nebula Launchpad. I've been doing popcorn for 6 years now, and every single time for like the past 2 years, something keeps telling me, Abigail, there is more. There is more to what you can do. There is more. But I just don't know where the more will come from or what the more like. But I knew there was more. And I started this journey as a participant with hope that I will understand where I'm going to. And sincerely, I have seen a drastic change in even the way I take the pop. It's not like I've changed from doing the popcorn. I'm still doing the popcorn, but this time around, I have how will I put it? The way I see the business itself and myself is on another level. Okay, pricing was something I was really, really having struggle with. And also getting to know, okay, Abigail, you are making profit, you are not making profit, all of those things. As business people, you think okay, I make sales, I go out, I make sales 200, 300, 150, and you just feel like, oh, you are making sales, you are making progress. But in a real sense, maybe you are even at a loss. The Nebula Launchpad opened me up to a lot of these things, and sincerely, I was telling Mr. Victor that he should just hold on to see the new version of Abigail that is coming up in myself, in my product, and in everything I do. And luckily for me, I was discussing something with Mr. Victor. I said, okay, there is something I feel I should start. And this is it, this is it. And he was like, wow, Abigail, I really can't wait for that to happen. And you see, with this Nebula Launchpad, I just gain more insight on what I want to start. Right now, I'm not starting on uncertainty or doubt. I'm starting on a very good note that I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm representing. So, this is me finally saying thank you to Mr. Victor, my mentor, my very good friend, my very good friend, and to every one of the Nebula team. Thank you so much for putting this together. I know a lot of people that will not even jump on this offer. Why? Because they're still scared. You see, once you are being pointed out to your area of weakness, I see this a lot in people. It gets them scared to even want to open up. But sincerely, I know 101 people that would love to jump on this. But if they don't click on the link, sincerely, that's all we can do for them. But that's by the way. And this is me saying thank you, sir, and God bless each and everyone. And to my fellow, what will I call us now? We should give ourselves name, please. We should. Thank you so much for being around. In one way or the other, we get motivated by each other's stories and breakthroughs and challenges and everything. So this is me saying thank you to everyone that have been around. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. Thank you very much for sharing that. So if you're here or if you're on YouTube, we have some people on YouTube watching and you want to be a part of the Launchpad. Just get to launchpad.thenebula.tech and you will find everything you need there. Okay, so let us get into the graduation. Nankel, can you call out the names of those who are graduating? Is Nankel still here? By the way, I can see Mr. Moses again. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Nanka, over to you if you're still here. Yes, you're here.
Okay, I'll be calling the names of the graduating class, and Mr. Victor will be displaying their certificates on the screen. So, the first person, Mr. Victor, can I begin?
Yes, yes, you can begin.
All right. So the first person on our list is Abigail Manabetso. Big
Yay!
congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the words you shared. I'm so glad that this program really impacted you. All right. The next person is Treasure Akiwe. Ah, yes, there it is. Big congratulations to Treasure. I don't know if she's there on the call.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Right.
the next person is Festus Femi Agbali.
Congratulations first.
Thank,
Thank you very much. I'm really grateful.
Congrats to you. Yes. The next person is Olushola Femi Isaac.
Mm. Mr.
Wow.
Femi, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so grateful. I was like, hey. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Congrats to you, Femi. The next person is Ibukun Olua Abushede Salami. Congrats to you, Ibukun.
Congrats, Ibukun.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And next is Osanga Yusuf.
Oh,
Big congrats to you, Osanga.
thank you very much.
All right. And the
Congrats.
last person is Jonah. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
The last person is Jonah Joktan. Congrats to you, Jonah.
Jonah Fish. Is he here? Congratulations, Jonah. Okay. So, if you were part of cohort 1 and you have not heard your name, it means you did not graduate. It means you are still somewhere on the ladder. You are still somewhere on the climb, brother. And so I also need to say that, let me turn on my video so that you can see my face as I'm saying it. I believe all of you have gotten your certificates via email already. Did anybody get their certificates via email? Just to confirm. Okay, great. So yes, for those who are not graduating, you will get an email, and what you would be given the opportunity to enter another cohort. This is because we don't want to say that because you registered and you were not really paying attention. You know, from the day one, we kept saying attention is the real payment here. Attention is the real payment. It's not money. Of course, cohort 1 was a free cohort. It's from cohort 2 and 3 that we started to charge. But even for those cohorts that are paying something, paying a token, it is actually the attention that is the real currency. So we didn't see that currency being paid, the attention. That is why you did not graduate. So you would get an email with a link that can help you register for the next cohort. The next cohort starts 29th. That's cohort 3, because cohort 2 are already in week 7 already now. So cohort 3 starts on the 29th of this month, and you can join them. You can join them. Just use the link that you get in the email after this session. Okay. So congratulations to those who are graduating, and you will all be added into the summit within today and tomorrow, and then further announcements will be made there. Thank you for being part of the climb this time. I can tell you guys that a lot is waiting for you. And like Dr. David said, let this just be phase 1. Start working on the next phase, on the next season, on the next climb, whatever that is for you. Start working on it. And we'll be meeting ourselves somewhere on the way there, and we'll be supporting each other. So there's one principle, which is wealth stays in families. People don't just grow alone. Wealth stays in families, which is why Summit was created. It's going to be like a family. The reason why Dangote is because his grandfather was the richest man in Africa at a time. His grandfather from his mother's side. So he didn't just stumble into wealth. It was already in the family. So we are creating a family that wealth circulates in. So if you want to be part of the summit, the way into it is the Launchpad. We are not taking people from outside. Maybe later in the future, I don't know, there might be a model and a criteria for getting people, because there is a kind of person that should be in the summit, not just anybody. There's a kind of person, and only those who have passed through the Launchpad or something similar, that they're the ones who can be in the summit. So that's why only those who graduated will be in the summit. So guys, thank you. Ananka, is there anything else before we wrap up for today?
Yes, I was hoping we could have a virtual class photo with our now graduates. So I don't know if that would be possible. If everyone can put on their cameras.
Okay. If we had told them, maybe they would have set up their space. But anyways, if you can turn on your cameras, it would be good. We'll take a screenshot of this view. Okay. Is anybody turning on their camera? We can take the picture. We'll just use your profile faces. Okay, some faces are coming up. Let me. Okay, is there any other face coming up before we wrap this up? Okay, Anka, I've taken the snapshots. Okay, let me take another one. Seems some people are, the system is reshuffling some people's faces. Okay, yeah, we're good. Anything else, Nankia?
No, sir, that is all from me. Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, guys, thank you. It was an amazing 10 weeks. An amazing 10 weeks, and looking forward to the next phase with you guys. There are things coming on. Trust me, there are things coming. We'll share them in the inner chamber. Oh, Enobong is here. Good to have you.
Good evening, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Okay, guys. If you want to join the Launchpad, launchpad.thenebula.tech, or just drop your phone number in the chat and someone will reach out to you and will let you know everything you need to know. Thank you and God bless. Bye bye.